What's going on, guys? We are gonna do some work down in the garage. I need to make sure that we have enough beer to do this project. We have 2 Coors Lights and 4 Bud Lights. That's not gonna be enough. We have to put on doors on a Maverick 1000R, the old model. It's going to be the last year that they make that model, and we also have to set the ride height to where Fox says to set it. So, and then if we have time, we're going to set the ride height in my Maverick also. I've done mine before, but I didn't quite go as high as they say to. I'm about an inch lower than I should be. So I'm gonna get something to eat here. It's not early, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna get some breakfast here. By that time, he should be showing up and we'll get started down the garage. So enjoy, guys. Well, guys, when I was making this video, I might have forgot to put the SD card in the GoPro, so I lost all the footage of setting the suspension up in this new machine. But here we are putting on the doors. Tell me it's not working. Sweet Jesus, Mother of Lord.
Oh, that's a cocksucker.
This just tightening against plastic.
Oh, there's steel on the other side of the plastic. Yeah. Can you get that?
Whew. Good thing I didn't go much harder.
Right through the side, huh?
Almost went through the plastic. Yeah. Yep. There's John's sex lights. Those gonna look pretty good at night. All right, guys, at this point in the video, I'm going to do some voiceover here. I know I get some feedback, but I'm sure you guys don't mind. We put some lights in here. It's just nice to have a little bit of light in the cab when you're running at night. I hooked them right in the cigarette lighter so they work with the key switch. Just make sure if you're riding down the trail that if there is a cop around, you might get pulled over if he sees the blue lights. It's their color. They usually don't like red or blue on your machine, so just keep that in mind. These doors were off his old machine. He had an old Maverick, so we did have to drill some extra holes and stuff, but they fit up pretty well. He got this Maverick brand spanking new for like $13,000. He traded in his old one for $10,000. So, and guys, these are what the X3 used to be, you know, a couple years ago. This is what everybody rode. They're very nice machines. The suspension is, you know, what you would want on the trails. Maxes out at about 70, 75 miles an hour. So it'll keep right up with me on the trail. They're great machines. and I'm very happy. I think he's very happy he got it also. Your fat ass can't even get it. Having his way with it.
See what happens when you put 6 lights in it?
Don't tell me. I was gonna say that fucker locked already. Oh yeah, these things are kicking my ass.
Yeah, see, I adjusted this one because they get a lot of this shit. So I adjusted.
Okay.
Oh, something's leaking.
Water.
That's
not working fine.
Oh, because it was outside.
Look at that. Doors, sex lights, suspension lifted, beautiful, and you struggling.
There it went.
Okay, go out and roll. Go out and roll it.
Huh?
Go out and roll it.
I gotta find that fucking 10
All right. Now you gotta jack this bitch up.
You see my 10mm wrench?
Yeah, I laid it on. Oh, yours?
Right
No.
there.
Yeah, I gotta find out. I gotta measure. No, I gotta measure it. I gotta find out what the right height is. All right, guys. Setting up the suspension is not that difficult. I have done it before. I didn't have a jack that really went up high enough, so it did take quite a bit of time. What I'm doing right here is knocking that top collar loose that's on the top of your suspension. And you want to just knock that loose, and then you start spinning your spring down. Usually that other collar will move right down with it. As you can see in this chart, I need to be at 14.5 inches. I'm at 13 right now. I believe when I got it stock from the factory, I was at 11.5, 12 inches. Which is great when you're just running down the trail. They just keep that height there because when they ship them, they like them to be lower to be able to fit in the crate. But if you're going to be jumping and going through whoops and stuff, you really want to set the suspension up to the factory settings. I moved those springs down about an inch, and it set my suspension at 16 inches. So I ended up having to jack it back up and taking those springs back up. The rear is exactly the same, 14.5 inches. I believe I was at 13 since I said it before. You guys can see how much suspension travel these have compared to the other Maverick 1000R Johns. So John's going to grab the camera here in a little bit, and it'll show you a little bit more of how I do it. Once you get the spring unbound, it's a pretty easy process. When you're done setting this suspension, you want to go take it out and ride it for a while. And when you pull it back into the shop, try not to hit the brakes because it will sag the suspension back down. That'll just give you a real accurate reading. And set the suspension at how you ride. If you want a nice, comfortable ride going down the trail, like I said, keep it at 11. If you're bottoming out when you're in valleys or on the whoops or jumping it, you're going to want to jack the suspension up. Just to save the bottom end, save your body from getting beat the crap. See right here, I'm just spinning the spring, and with it, with the suspension off the ground, it moves pretty easy, and that collar is just coming down. Make sure you wash them off good. If you've been riding it or you've had it a year and you haven't set your suspension, make sure you clean those off. Maybe even hit them with some WD-40. Makes them a lot easier to spin. I'm just right here, I'm measuring from a point on the Maverick down to the spring to make sure the other side is identical. I believe the other side was at right at 5.5 inches, 5 3/4. So I'm just making sure that this side is identical to the other side. And I didn't go out and ride this. I should have, but I'm really not concerned. I just wanted it up a little higher for more clearance. I just jumped on the rear end here to get it to sag back down. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just ask me. It's not that difficult. Just a quick video here on the help you how to. So, and if you guys are thinking about buying a new machine, the Maverick 1000R that John has, great machine, have nothing bad to say about it.